So, 2017 was a good year for me. Got to experience some really great games in anime, some that came out this year and some that haven't. I want to excuse to gush about them, and I do have plans to talk about these sometime in the near future, and I don't want to say everything, so bear with me if the explanations feel a bit sparse at some parts. So let's not waste any more time and start this thing. Metroidvania genre is one that I've never gotten into, with the only game I've tried of this genre being one of the Castlevania DS games, which I really didn't enjoy. When I saw Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, I was a bit skeptical to buying it, but it was cheap thanks to the Steam Summer Sale, so I thought, what could go wrong, and I was pleasantly surprised. The game was a blast. The writing was probably the thing that pushed me to experience more of the game. It was funny and charming with things like the dialogue for bosses. The graphics were amazing, the sprites are really well made, making every enemy and location stand out, and the music. And I can say that the sword theme is one of my favorite pieces of music, and that should say something. It's great. The gameplay is not too shabby, the platforming is good, with the level design offering a lot of secrets for you to discover and come back to once you find a new upgrade. And the upgrades are very fun to use and work very great for combat and exploration. As a whole, I'd say Shantae was a very nice trip into the Metroidvania genre, and I'll definitely be looking more into the series and the genre. Wow, who could have seen this coming? If you have the ability to look at the bottom left of your screen, then everyone. I was still playing through P4 when I finally got my hands on this, and, well, the step up was ginormous. The game overhauls a lot from the previous installments, from getting rid of randomized dungeons in favor for pre-designed dungeons that are memorable, from the long hallway but in the bathhouse, known as strip club now, whatever. The use of save rooms to make pacing yourself and going through the palace is way more easier, and the battle system adding things like the ability to give your extra turn to teammates is pretty awesome. The music is amazing, with the vocal tracks being the highlight of the soundtrack. The game is also beautiful, using cel shading that'll make an art style that will never age. P5 was my first true experience into the Persona series, as I never got around to finishing P4, and I think that'll change real soon. So imagine finishing the roller coaster ride that was MGS2 and wondering, what's gonna come next? Well, a year later, I see how Kojima managed to continue and end the entire Metal Gear series for now. Roller coaster ride. This was an enjoyable send-off to the Metal Gear series, with my favorite moments being moments where you get flashbacks to previous games, which hammers into how long Snake's journey was, and that, well, this is the end. It's really hard to get into the nitty gritty without delving into spoilers, but believe me that this is a game for MGS fans. A lot of things will leave normal players into dust, and some of the best moments won't have any impact. The stealth gameplay here is way more convenient than MGS3. The amount of times you'll be going into menus being severely lower than before, with things like the automatic camo changes and going back to getting health via rations. Everything's all good. There's not really a lot to say about the sneaking. It's all functional, and the updated camo system does great things with the levels, allowing the levels to be more open than previous games without the worry of there not being places where you can hide. MGS4 was an enjoyable game and an amazing send-off to Metal Gear. So, let's switch gears and start talking about the anime that piqued my interest this year. Let's begin. Monster Girls are amazing, and this show keeps proving that notion. Dragon Maid was a feel-good show with great characters. I really enjoyed Kobayashi the most. Her level-headed and overall chill personality contributed to the chill nature of Dragon Maid. The entire relationships between the characters, Morotoru and Kobayashi, are fun and endearing. As a whole, the characterization was mostly on point, with very few I could say were bad. Underused, but not bad. The animation was good, getting really stunning at times, and the soundtrack was the only weak part. The only thing that was memorable was when they played Console, which also coincidentally happened to be the one you're listening to right now. This show was something that never got old, despite me watching the majority of the show back to back. It left me with a warm feeling. Ooh boy, this show left me at the edge of my seat and desperately wanting more with each new episode. My Hero Academia Season 2 improves on a lot of the problems I had with the first, the most noticeable being the sidecast. They're all front and center, and it's cool to see them all in action and not relegated to the sidelines and get some well-deserved screen time. The animation was amazing, right with Izuku and Todoroki being a prime example of this. The music accompanying these scenes can really make the feeling like a hype burst out at you. All I can really say here is Season 3 cannot come fast enough. Listen guys, I just really like Monster Girls, okay? They're nice, they're good, okay? They're also the finale to this mess. I really enjoyed how this series explained how Monster Girls are able to function in the real world and the troubles that accompany being a vampire or a Dullahan. This show was surprisingly interesting with how in-depth it went into how each girl would have to live their lives and a backstory around them, and it made each girl feel unique, along with the obvious art style differences between the girls. This show put Monster Girls into a different light, and I really enjoyed it. That does it for this video. If you thought I was an idiot, be sure to let me know in the comments, and if you didn't, hey, maybe like and then maybe subscribe. But until next time.